Just drinks. Yeah, just drinks. So you only have to focus on the drinks. And sometimes they have espresso. The base is espresso, and it's fine. And sometimes they use like brewers. It's like you have to cook with different tools, different gadgets. Then you can. That's what you can learn. But for Starbucks, that's not what you can learn. They use like beans and machines, and that'll be it. Yeah. Like I have one not coffee machine. It's like siphon. Siphon. Yeah, this one. Okay. Sometimes they use this kind of gadgets to make coffee. Right? It's like a brewer coffee.
Coffee.
就是庄园吗 or something, just like they don't use a coffee machine, because if you want to make coffee with espresso, you have to use high pressure. So if you need high pressure, you cannot do it by this. You have to do it by some machine, and they will make espresso and creamer on top. So that's a different thing. So if you go to Starbucks, then maybe this is not what you can learn. But you go to smaller coffee shop like Louisa. I'm sure about Louisa, they have something like this, or maybe like and you will learn how to make coffee with this. This is called siphon. S-I-P-H-O, siphon coffee. In Chinese, they call it 虹吸式 coffee, siphon. Yeah, so it is fun. I have one of this in my place. So this is fun because you have to buy coffee beans. Okay, and you need a grinder, and you can do it by yourself. Like you can grind it into powder, and you can adjust the fineness of the powder. You can, if you don't want it to be too thick, then you make a bigger particle. But if you want it to be thicker, then you can make it more finer. Yeah, so you can choose how fine you want it to be. After you grind, you put the you put the powder on the top. Okay, and before you put the powder, you need a filter. So the powder won't drop. Okay, and then you put water here, and you heat it up by this lamp in the inlet. Okay, and the water will be squeezed. When it is boiling, it will be squeezed up to here, and you stir it and boil it for like just 1 minute, and you take this away and use a cloth with cold water, to cover this bowl. And since the temperature drop, and it will shrink. So when it shrinks, the coffee on the top will be sucked down, and just the coffee, not the powder. And so the powder will remain on the top, and you suck down the coffee, and you can serve it. That's how we do it. Yeah. This is fun. I still do it from time to time. I mean, a few months ago, because recently I've been working on my thesis. So recently I don't have time for this, but when I have time, I would buy coffee beans and do it at my place. Yeah. So this is fun, and this is how you might learn in that kind of coffee shop. Yeah, if you're interested. Yeah. Called siphon. Yeah, not bad. I can take a look. Oh, so you have to find a place in the neighborhood, right? Oh, and the reason why my friend, my player, she worked here because she lived just like 5 minutes away, walking distance. So by walk, and she goes there in 5 minutes by walk. So it's easier for her to go there. Yeah, but if it's too far away from you, it's okay. It's just an idea.
I like it, but I need the same.
Yeah, it's okay. Just an idea. Yeah, you can think over, right? So Tim still has no intention on working part-time, right? You're focused on your architecture thing. Okay. And normally it's like, what I heard is like, after you graduate from that department, you will be working in some companies. And you have to work for like years before you can become a partner or something. Yeah. So that's how it will be. picture would be like that.
Yeah, very easy.
Yeah, have you seen a movie called Click? 那个命运好好玩 Click. Yeah, and in Click, Adam Sandler is one of the architecture, and he worked in a firm as a worker, and then he was managing to be a partner for many years. Yeah, because what you said made me think of him in the movie, and he in the previous earlier part of the film, he barely got time for his family. Yeah, don't be like that. Okay? Don't be like that. Yeah, in a
maybe I won't go to company. I just open a company.
A studio.
Company. Yeah,
a studio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you have your own company like this kind of studio, what kind of architecture you want to design?
No, I won't do architecture. I will do interior design.
Interior design. Oh, so
because if I want to do that, I need to go to have some tests, really hard tests to be
to be architecture,
Yeah.
architect, not architecture, architect. Oh, so that is a difficult one.
Yeah, so if I want to do interior design, it's much easier.
But do you have some certificate for interior design?
What?
Do you have some tests for interior design? Do you need to pass some tests to do interior design?
Used to be not, but recently we have to have some 证照.
Alright, that's what I'm saying. A certificate, a 证照, so you have that.
We are 我们还在考.
Oh, you're taking it.
Yeah.
I mean, for your students in your department.
Yeah.
But you're just freshmen, so you can take it.
Take one. Just take one.
I'll just take one. Oh, so after you pass it, you can be a formal interior designer.
No, it's just 初级.
Oh, it's a preliminary level.
Yeah.
Oh, basic level actually. Ooh. So can you take the higher level without taking the basic levels, or do you have to take it just one by one? So you cannot cross the first few steps and they want to earn your money, man. Yeah, it's like for English tests like GEPT or something, you can take the high intermediate level even if you don't take the basic levels. That'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah. And it's the same for my certificate. Yeah. Now what I'm getting is certificate for referee. The 裁判 referee of volleyball referee certificate, and they have C, B, and A, and then international level. And now I'm the basic level C, and now I'm trying to serve the games, to be the judge, be the referee of a few games. So if I accumulate more experience, I can take another test. So I'll be level B. And so on, I can be level A, and hopefully someday I can be an international referee. Yeah, that's what I picture in mind. Yeah, they're so cool. They just stand there. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's what I had in mind. Yeah, but it's just a bonus. That's not my main course. It's just a bonus. My interest. Yeah, recently I just developed this interest as a referee. Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. Actually, years ago, I was also just for a few weeks. I was so interested in interior design, so I redesigned my not apartment, just my room. Yeah, and I don't know if I had a picture, but let me see if I had a picture. Maybe I'll try to find it. And actually, I used only like $4,000 and make a whole fix up of my my room, just my room. Apartment will be too big, it's out of my league. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Give me a sec, I'm trying to find the picture. And it was just a presentation, because in my 3rd grade in college, we had a presentation called, it was a speech class, and what we need to do is like, it's a persuasive speech. Persuasive 就是要那个说服人家的一个 speech, persuasive speech. And I was thinking like, no matter how I tried, I don't sound persuasive because I got stage fright and I'm afraid of speaking in front of people. So I thought maybe a picture worth 1,000 words. 就是一张照片其实就够。那 so I want to make them believe that I can do this, so I do it by myself and I take pictures of what I did, the whole process, and then I show them. Yeah, I got high grades and I got a room, not bad. Yeah. Let me see if I still got this. Still there?
Yeah.
Surviving?
Very good feedback.
Where did you get this?
Mount Hosan.
In the mountains?
Yeah.
So there's more. The campus there's more.
Maybe more, but I just see it on the stair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh, when I mean more, I mean by the school, the campus. This is still more up the hill because I haven't got there before. I just
Yeah, there are a lot of mountains there, and you can have really good view at night.
Oh really?
Yeah, you
Up
can
there?
see whole Taipei.
Oh really? So it's right in the school. It's up there.
Yeah, up there.
Really? At night? I haven't been there before. Because my range is this building so far. Yeah, I've been working here since like last September, and the farthest I came is here. I never go there. Yeah, so I didn't know that there was still something over there. Do you have a volleyball court on the field?
No.
No volleyball court.
No.
Ah, really? So sad.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a volleyball person, so I thought
We have that, but no, in our gym class we didn't do that.
Oh really? So
Yeah.
oh,
So
we
I don't
didn't-
know. We have 架子.
Ah, the nets.
Yeah.
You have let's see. Right, so this is the presentation I made for speech class. So actually this is just a speech class, but I made this. So this is the blueprint of my room, and this is the two doors I have and closet. So I show what the layout of my room, and there are some lighting here. Yeah, and I took pictures of the corners of each corners. So it looks messy. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but yeah. So this is how it looks like original. There are some holes. I didn't know. I forgot. I did it when I was a kid, but I don't know there were holes, and it's a mess. I know that, and it's a blood. And I showed them how to fix the wall, and this is how the wall looks like originally. So I use a knife and I make it flat. And I use the putty. I use the putty to patch things up, and like this, and it becomes like this, and so on. And I use the melting gun to glue back the lining and the inside of the wall, and stuff like that. And before you paint, you have to use the tape to
Cover something.
Alright, to cover the edge, and I use the painting and before the painting you have to you to wipe it, and the percentage of the painted water is 7:1, something like that, to show them. And I painted my room as in burgundy red, burgundy. Yeah, because I hope that my room could be like a coffee house. So I don't have to go to a coffee house. I can stay in my room, and that is my coffee house. And that's what I hope. Okay, and so it turns out to be like this. Yeah, much better. Yeah, it was white, right? So now it's.
And you mixed that shop yourself?
Oh, it's already there.
Oh.
It's already there. But what I made was this, a sliding door. Okay, so originally you saw the door was like alright, we'll go through that in here. So I made a sliding door like this, and I put I made a cover on it, and I set up a wheel at the bottom like this.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah, and you need something to put on the top to prevent it from falling down. So this is what it is. So this is a sliding door.
Wow.
Yeah, and I made a light in the corner. It's an ambient light. So it was like this, but it turned out to be like this.
Oh.
It's a different door.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the window and the light, so it was like this, and it. Actually, just the color is different, and I just cleaned up the wires. So it's not a big deal, but when you put it into a picture, it looks like, wow, there is something. But actually, I just paint the wall and I screwed the wire to somewhere that we cannot see. That's it. Right, that's it. So okay, so this is the wall. As before, and now it's like this. And I do it on purpose. I don't want it to be that even, so I left some marks on it. Yeah. So it's a weird light, so ignore it. It's really weird, really weird. No style at all. I know that. Just experiment, right? Okay, so it's at night. I can turn on the light like this. So I made this with just a paper. And I put a paint on the outside, and I left something, so it looks like this. And the corner, so it's not a direct light, it's an ambient light. So we don't see the light directly, because I cover it with something, so it becomes like this, right? And I hide the light at the back, so it will be like this. And this is the corner of my trash can. So I hide the light behind it, so you don't see it directly, but you can see the light, another light bulb. Yeah. And this is the budget. And I set my budget down to like $4,000 because I work in a charter named NTNU, so they pay me for $4,000 a month. So I use the $4,000 on my room. So I set it to be like I hope I can push it down to cost down leadership. Yeah, right. So it's I made it. So it's 3,900, something like that. Okay. But my comment was like, and after I showed this to my classmates, my teacher loved it, and some of my friends love it. So I brought them to my place, and they take a look. I just turned on the light and showed them, and they said it's not like a coffee shop, it's like a motel. Yeah, they told me it's like a motel. So, yeah, I didn't notice that. It's really like a motel. Yeah, it's well out of my expectation. And after that, I put some other things on the wall. I have a light, a projecting light poster. That poster, it's like what we have in some kind of store. I don't know, but it's different. But I do it by myself with a sprayer cane, pinpoint sprayer cane. I cut off the bottom and I cramp a light bulb inside, and I use the wiring and I set it on the roof to become a projecting light. And it doesn't cost much, because if you want to buy a real one, it's like it will cost you $200 for just one. And I made all of them with a spray can, so again, cost down leadership, I use like only less than $300 to make a light. Yeah, and also I put some small frames of pictures on the wall, and so they look much like a coffee house instead of a hotel. Yeah. But I didn't have that's what comes after the presentation. I thought maybe I should add something, so I didn't use the picture for that. Yeah, so that's how I did for my room last few years ago. Yeah. But the downside is that since I want it to be like a coffee shop, so it has to be a little bit dark. So if I want it to be like this, I would turn off the main light. Okay, I would turn on the ambience light in the corner. Okay, so I tried that for a few months, and it turns out that my eyesight was getting worse. Really, I got deeper nearsighted for like 100 degrees because I work in a dark environment for the whole winter. Yeah, I did it in maybe November or October. It's at the end of the year, and it's getting colder. So I thought I don't want to go out. I just want to stay in my room. So I stayed in my room for like a few months for the winter. After winter, I just found my eyes to be a little bit weird. And I go check my eyes, and I found that, oh my god, my eyesight was getting worse because I worked in such a dark environment. And I found that, oh my, this now I should do. So okay, I turned back on the main light. Yeah, but I really liked how it felt when I first finished. It was so sense of achievement. Yeah. I know it's not professional because it's just for fun, really, just for fun. Yeah, and it's just for a presentation after all, just for a speech.
Great, actually.
Just and I did it for like a few weeks because I don't have that much time, so I have to do it after work at night. I know it's a bit noisy, but who cares? And my mom was really open-minded about this. She thought, oh, that's great. At least it's not that messy. Yeah. So you're both good at painting, right?
Yeah, she's good.
Alright, so we can I can do something and okay. Now we can do a little painting activity. So you can see how you like, show you what you got. Okay. Show you what you got. Alright, and I don't know if we have did this last time, but it's okay. Just a little painting activity. Okay. Right? So this is what we have. Okay? So okay, so later it will be like this. So we take turns to be artists and painters. Have you played this before? Yes, no? Okay. So it's like later we take turns to be artists and painters, okay? So as an artist you need to describe what you want to show, what you want to draw. You want to direct the painter. And as a painter you need to listen carefully to what the artist tells you. Okay? So later I will pass down the stack of cards, and each one of you will randomly just draw 3 cards. Randomly draw 3 cards. And then you can take a look, but you don't show others. Okay? And you choose the one you like, you feel you really like it, and you want to describe it as an artist. Okay, you pick that one. And then you can start to think how to describe it later. Okay? So later, it's like when you are the artist, you tell us what to do, what to draw according to the card. Okay, you can describe it in as detail as you can to make your painter draw exactly as what is on the card, right? Okay, and after you finish, you show the card to the painters, and then we can take a look. So you will know, oh, so maybe there were some parts that I can make more clearer. Maybe I thought that is clear enough, but maybe as painters they don't realize that, oh, that's what you said, and it becomes like really different. Okay, so it's a examining process for the artist. Okay, so that's how we're going to do. Okay, so we can do it on a whiteboard or we can do it on a paper. So you like to?
Well, it'll be okay.
All right, so we do it on a whiteboard, right? Okay, so we deal with the card first, okay? So just randomly draw 3 cards. It doesn't have to be on the 3 cards. It doesn't have to be on the top 3. It doesn't have to be on the top. You can draw any cards, okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, draw 3 cards. Right? So I also draw 3 cards. Alright. Okay, and you choose one, the one you like as an artist. You don't take a look. You don't take a look. Okay. No, you don't show others. You can take a look. But you don't show others. Sorry about that. You can take a look, but you don't show others. Okay. Because once you show others, then there's no meaning of telling others what to do. They know what it is already. Already, right? Okay. So you choose one and.